Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. Thanks so much for sticking around. Today I want to share with you my One Book July setup for 2023. I've been doing One Book July every year since I started this channel, so I will link my previous videos down below. Last year I feel like my setup wasn't too exciting because we were moving at the time, so I had to be practical with my setup. I was using a traveler's notebook with a standard traveler's notebook insert for my journal and then my Hobonichi Weeks as my planner. And this year I'm changing it up just a little bit. I am still using Hobonichi Weeks. I don't plan on switching planners anytime soon, at least for this year. One thing about me, I am very consistent with my planner. I don't like to switch because I feel like setting up a planner takes up a lot of time, and I do feel like it's wasted effort and money when I change planners, but that's a different topic. The biggest difference in my current setup and what makes this a one book is that I moved my reference over to a Hobonichi supplement notebook. So previously I was using a personal rings binder for my reference. This is really fun to set up. I had a lot of fun putting together inserts and making it nice and aesthetic, but ultimately I don't really need it. This is just a fun thing for me. It's part of the hobby, right? You have multiple planners to keep things exciting. But in my journey to minimize and simplify my life, I had to take a really long, hard look at my planner lineup and reassess if it's serving me. And right now, I feel like I don't really need a second planner. I just need everything into one. I still love planners, I still enjoy the hobby aspect of it, but right now I just really need to simplify and not worry so much about what's the right size for me and what's the perfect format or anything like that. I have my Hobonichi Weeks and that's what I'm sticking with. So yeah, just a quick overview of my cover. This is the Vanderspec Codex in the standard size. I actually have it custom made to fit the Hobonichi Weeks with a plastic clear cover. So let me just take this off real quick. So here you'll see I have the clear cover, and if you just buy the Touch Me Codex on their website, the ready to ship line, it doesn't fit the Hobonichi Weeks with the clear cover. It's a very snug, compact fit, and if that is your preference, then by all means. But for me, I really like having a clear cover on my planner. It's just part of the fun and the look for me. So I did have to email Petra to make the cover a little bit taller for me and a little bit wider. So if you're not sure if your planner is going to fit a Vanderspec cover, you can always email Petra. She's very lovely. She's always answered all of my questions, and I'm very happy with my Parme. And as far as customizations, I did ask for the extra chunky A4 clasp. I do have a back pocket, and I asked for the gold popper. I didn't change the pockets in the front or back. It's just the standard pocket layout. So for my July pages on my Hobonichi Weeks, I am changing it up a little. Previously, I would just plan as I usually would, with the standard tasks on the left side here, and then my tracker and my dinner and whatever weekly notes I need on the right side. But I felt like that was repetitive. I just felt like I was writing the same thing over and over, and I felt like my pages were pretty meaningless. I did try to make it a little bit more interesting to me by adding this weekly reflection box, and I would just reflect on the week and how I was feeling, and if I felt like I was working towards my goal or if something was distracting me. This was actually a really helpful section for me in just reassessing where I'm at and being in tune with my feelings. And that worked well enough that I decided to try a daily version instead. So instead of a weekly reflection, I tried a daily reflection, and then I moved over all of my tasks and trackers on the right side here. So this looks really nice. I like how full this page looks, but the daily reflection did feel like a bit too much effort for me. So I decided to scrap that. And then for July, I decided to do just regular bullet journaling. What I did was I whited out the dates on the side here, and then I covered it up with washi tape just to make it look a little bit more streamlined. And I did use some cream correction tape. This one over here, I just bought this on Amazon, and here's what it looks like without the washi tape. And it's alright. It's not a perfect match, but it's good enough for me. The regular white correction tape also works for Hobonichi Weeks. It also stands out, but it's not that unsightly to me. So it's just your preference, I think. And then I started a July tracker. So this is a weekly tracker. These are all of the weekly tasks that I need to get done every week. So things like groceries, dusting, watering the plants. These are the tasks that I would write over and over again in my weekly pages. So I felt like I should just write them once every month and then just be done with it. I really did feel like I was being so redundant with my planner. And there is merit to writing things over and over again because the act of writing reinforces that in your memory. But these tasks are a part of my weekly routine now, and I just felt like I could fill up my planner with something else. I don't know. I was just in a weird mood when I was making this weekly tracker. So I have a column for every week, and I just wrote down the dates of the month and then some notes here at the bottom. And then on the side, I have my daily tracker here. So these are the habits that I want to establish daily and anything else that I need to track on a daily basis. And then here is the rapid log. So this is pretty much the rapid logging that I did last year when I was also trying to bullet journal in the Hobonichi Weeks Mega. And I felt like I just wanted to give this one more try and just write down the things that are not part of my weekly routine. So these are the tasks that I would always write once a week, and then these are the kind of out of the ordinary tasks, and it's just meal planning, remembering to pay certain bills, things like that. And I did have to adjust again going from this kind of layout to this, and for the first few days I did feel a little lost and I had no idea what I was doing, and I'm still feeling that way, and it's already July 11. So if this layout just does not work for me at all, I'm gonna go back to my old way of planning. No matter how much I try to mix things up, I feel like I'm always gonna return to this layout because this is what I'm comfortable with and this is what I'm used to. When I have this layout with the dates here on the left and then just a blank page on the right, I know exactly what to write, I know exactly what to do, and I guess I'm just gonna have to stick with that and be okay with repetitive writing every week. So those are my weekly pages, and I'm gonna move back now to my reference insert. So this is the biggest change to my setup. And again, this is a Hobonichi Weeks supplement insert, so this fits perfectly in the back of your Hobonichi Weeks. You can also put it in the front here if you like. So I'm just gonna quickly go through my reference insert. Everything that I consider important in my personal rings, I already moved in here, but this is still very much a work in progress. So in the beginning, I always like to have an index, and I did number out the pages in this insert. And then for the first spread, this is meant for birthdays. I haven't done it yet because I've been kind of procrastinating, but I will get to this week. And then next, I have a quick guide for my weekly review. So if you're not aware, I do follow the GTD method of planning, and every week I like to sit down and just do my weekly review and invest that time into myself and make all the decision making as I can in that one weekly review, and it's been super helpful. I have a guide on GTD if you want to get started. I will link that down below as well. So these are just the inboxes that I want to check every week, and then review my goals, and then my trigger list, which isn't very long. And then on this page is my meal planning. So just a guide for meal planning. I can do a more detailed video on how I meal plan if anybody's interested, but this has been really helpful in encouraging me to cook every day and order in less and just save more money in general. And the next page, I have my grocery list ideas. So I don't order this every week. It's just whatever I'm missing or whatever is part of my meal plan. But this is also a handy little guide to remind me to make sure that we still have soap and toothpaste, make sure we have enough trash bags still, things like that. This is a super helpful list. And then next, I have this guide, Whole House Reset. So I got this from a cleaning YouTube channel. I will link it down below as well. I think it's called But First Coffee. But this is just really helpful if your house needs a big clean and maybe you're overwhelmed and you don't know where to start. This is a really helpful step-by-step guide on what to do to get your house looking back in shape. My last spread here is the lower stress guide. I made a mistake here, but that's okay. And right now I have it on a post-it because I'm not sure exactly how I want to order this. But this is basically things that help me manage my stress levels, and it's been really helpful. I definitely feel a lot better when I prioritize getting enough sleep, eating healthy, making time for fun activities for myself when my son is asleep, things like that. And then that's all I have so far. I do have some emergency contacts in the back, but I'm not gonna flip through that. So that's pretty much my reference. And this is all I really need for my weekly planning. And it is so much smaller and more portable than my personal rings. And I really do love my personal ring setup. But again, I'm just trying to simplify and streamline my planning process. And this way, when I do my weekly review, I don't have to go all the way to my room to pull this out. I can just do my weekly review whenever I am because I have everything I need to plan in this insert. So that is it. And then I do have some page flags here in the back because when you're rapid logging and you don't have a pre-dated layout, it really helps to have sticky notes to just move things over. I do regret whiting out all of July's dates because I kind of want to go back to the dated format, but that's okay. I'm going to try to stick with this setup for the whole of July. No promises because, again, I'm kind of struggling with my rapid log, but that is pretty much my one book July setup. So thank you so much for watching this video. My next video, I will be checking in on my blank notebook stash, so stick around for that. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. This is Baba Notes, and I will see you next time. Bye!